Welcome back everybody for another Conan Exiles news and update video with Steveo. And it has been a little while since I've done one of these, but that doesn't matter. Fact is, I am back to doing these, so we're just gonna get right into this one. So as you guys know, last Friday there was a dev stream. They showed off a bunch of new content that was coming in update 32, which has now, as of today, released onto PC, and I will get into that in a separate video. But today this video is about one thing and one thing only. So after the dev stream Friday, they were supposed to have Conan Exiles in the Microsoft Store for Xbox users at a 50% discounted price over the weekend until Monday morning. This didn't happen exactly like that, just because Microsoft Store was experiencing some difficulties with their store. So it was actually Saturday before the sale started, which made a little bit of a ruckus in the community, or the people that were wanting to get it, that was waiting for this sale. There was a little bit of uproar going on with all this, that it didn't happen when they said it wasn't really anybody's fault. There's technical issues with Microsoft. But anyways, the sale happened. It went on for 2 days. It went on for Saturday, Sunday. Then on Monday the sale ended, and it ended with this tweet right here. Remember, we're changing the price of Conan Exiles on Xbox next week, so this weekend you can get the game for 50% off. So as of Monday, once this sale was over, the game price did change. And the reason for the change in price was this right here. At this was not their normal header before Monday. And I noticed it right away, right before I even seen the trailer, I believe. As you notice, underneath the game logo right here, the page logo, full launch May 8th, 2018 on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4. So once the sale ended, once the price was increased, it was leading up to this announcement right here. They finally went public with an actual official release date of retail, and it is May 8th. I'm going to show you the trailer, and then I'll come right back to you guys right after the trailer is done. Okay, now, wasn't that amazing? I mean, you've seen so many things in that trailer. You've seen the new building pieces, you've seen some of kind of the other things that's been added already, and then you've seen things that haven't been added yet, like the new volcano area, which right here is a screenshot they have been tweeting out of it. I mean, that just looks like somewhere I'm not going to enjoy, but I am going to enjoy at the same time. And in this video, they also gave first glimpses into the new jungle biome. I cannot wait to explore this part. Even though the big guy right there in front kind of makes me not want to, but I cannot wait to travel over to this area. And it looks like you can build in trees and everything. That's a whole new type or mechanic of building. We've been building on cliffs at the most, and now we can actually build up in trees. That's a whole new level of building right there, especially in PvP. In PvP, your advantage was to get up on a rock and blockade all the way around. That way nobody can set up orbs or anything like that. Put your god bubble up and you're set. Now, like with this right here, this is going to make it 10 times harder for somebody to get up to you, especially if you've got archers and everything set up along the way. Can you imagine camouflaging your archers in the trees and stuff? I can't wait to try this out. Right here is their new box art preview for the games when they release. You have your Xbox One physical copy, your PS4 physical copy, and your PC physical copy. There is a perk to getting these physical copies. I will show you and tell you about this perk a little bit later. Moving on into the blog release. Conan Exiles release date, launch pricing, collector's edition, and more. There will be a collector's edition, and you cannot call yourself a barbarian if you do not get this, in my opinion. I'm hoping somebody at Funcom on the Conan Exiles development team loves me and I get to see one of these collector's editions. I am going to read through this with you guys. Greetings, Exiles. Today we have some big and very exciting news for you. The launch date and retail pre-orders. We're very excited to tell you that Conan Exiles will leave early access game preview on launch in full on May 8th, 2018. Not only will it be available digitally on PC, Xbox One, and PlayStation 4, we're also teaming up with Koch. I'm probably slaughtering that, but media to bring Conan Exiles to retail stores around the world. So it's not just going to be a digital release. Like I said, it is going to have physical copies, as you can see their box art they've already made for it. You can now pre-order the physical Day 1 edition for PC, Xbox One, PlayStation 4, currently available in select territories with select retailers, with more on the way. Not only does it come with a pretty cool box, check out the pictures below, which you're looking at right now while listening to my boring voice. It also includes a full color print map of the exiled lands, along with an exclusive in-game item. Now remember, I told you there's a reason that you wanted a physical copy that you can use for launch. Conan's Atlantean Sword. Check out www.conanexiles.com for more information on where you can pre-order the physical retail version of Conan Exiles. We'll be updating it with more retailers throughout the week as they become available. If you pre-order this physical copy, you get an in-game item of Conan's Atlantean Sword. It's not a skin, it's an actual in-game weapon that you can use. Right here is the sword. You will not get this if you do not get the physical copy. If you're a game preview or early access player, you do not get this, unfortunately. Or if you buy the game digitally, you will not get this. Only physical editions get this. But let's go on. The game will still remain available in PC early access and Xbox game preview until launch, and everyone who purchases the game before launch will of course get access to the final release version as well at no extra cost. Alright, the number one thing I see from most people on early access games and game previews, they're always asking, always, no matter how many times it's answered, will we have to rebuy the game? No, you do not have to repay for the full release of the game if you already own it out of game preview and early access. Some bad news, from what I have gathered and read, PlayStation 4, you guys will not be getting this in your guys' early access game preview. Sony is really picky about who they let in, what titles they let in, and I'm guessing Conan just did not make the cut with them. So unfortunately, you guys have to wait until full release. The game will become available on PlayStation 4 on May 8th. Like I was just telling you, you will not get early access game preview, unfortunately. Pre-ordering the PlayStation 4 version will give you Conan's Atlantean Sword at launch, while pre-ordering digitally only gives you Conan's Royal Armor. So, with that, digital order people, don't worry, you still get an in-game item. You get Conan's Royal Armor. And as far as I know, it is just like the sword. It is not just the skin. It is actual armor with physical properties, not a skin, just like the sword. It doesn't stop there. I found a tweet from Conan Exiles talking to somebody else. All those times we ask and ask and ask while we're in early access, what do we get when the game fully launches? These guys are actually giving us, the game previewers and early access players, a reward too. We actually still get the Conan's Royal Armor, just like the Digital Order people get it, because technically that's what we are. But as you can see right there, Ragnar PA80 asked, I see people who pre-order get special stuff, what about us who already have the game? And Conan Exiles responded back, if you bought the early access or game preview version of, you get Conan's Royal Armor as an in-game item. So see right there, it doesn't say skin, it says item. And then he asked again, that's good, what about the sword? Those people who buy the game in the stores will get access to the sword. You can buy a second physical copy and use the key to get the sword on the same client as the armor. So with other games that launch, they have to give a certain advantage for the retailers selling their games. So this is the advantage for the retailer selling their game, is the Atlantean sword. I asked them, I haven't been answered back yet, but as soon as I know, I will let you guys have an update on it. I asked them if it would be like other games after the initial retail launch is over, if they will put it in their stores for the rest of us to buy later to go on. And as soon as I get an answer back, I will let you guys know. If you follow me on Twitter, that's the best place to find your answer the fastest, as I get my tweets out a whole lot faster than my videos. As of right now, that is the only way you're going to get it in the beginning, is if you get a physical copy with your already pre-purchased digital copy. So moving back over. So to sum it up, everybody who buys or has bought Conan Exiles through Steam Early Access, Xbox Preview, and PS4 digital pre-order will get Conan's Royal Armor. Everybody who buys the Day 1 edition or pre-orders will get a code for Conan's Atlantean sword inside the game box. This code will unlock the item on the chosen platform. It is possible to buy an extra copy of the game and have both the sword and the armor in the same game. Retail boxes after the Day 1 edition will not have a code in the box. So maybe later on it will be put up in the stores like a 99-cent kind of deal, like they do with a lot of the Day 1 things. That way everybody has an opportunity of having everything. Next, the pricing. Everybody always wants to know about the pricing of these. This one I think will make people pretty happy. Today we also share with you the launch pricing across all platforms. Starting May 8th next year, Conan Exiles will adjust its price to $39.99 on PC. That is a $10 increase from what it is currently on Steam. The price of PlayStation 4 and Xbox One will come in at $49.99. There will naturally be some variance between currencies and between stores, but this is the digital and suggested retail price in US dollars. So, $49.99. That is actually $10 cheaper than most full launch games. Ark Survival Evolved, when it launched, it was a $60 game for the standard edition. So it's actually $10 cheaper there. As we informed last week, the Xbox game preview price will be adjusted to $49.99 starting this week. The PC early access price of $29.99 will remain the same until launch day on May 8th next year. For more information, they have put up a pricing blog explanation why Xbox has changed and why PCs hasn't. So if you guys are interested in that, it's very easily to find. I'll put the link down in the description. I briefly read through it. I didn't pick up everything, but it didn't seem like it was just, screw Xbox. We're just gonna jack the prices up on them and say screw it. As in common with game preview or early access, it has always been our plan to increase the price to reflect the quality and content of the final game. So, like I was saying, the reason the game is so low when it's in early access or game preview is because of the content value at the time of your purchase. That's why the price goes up when it fully releases, because they've added more, they've polished more. It's better than when it was in early access or game preview, sometimes, some games. By the time we launch, the game will have received over a year of constant polish, improvements, bug fixes, and new content. We've added the entire Frozen North biome. Yeah, I still have nightmares about the wolves and the pigs. Thank you, dev team. New dungeons such as the dregs and new features including siege weapons, climbing, the exploration system, the journey system, orbs, traps, and more. The version we release at launch will have even more content and gameplay in it than what you see today, and will have a landmass more than double the size of what we started out with on early access on the PC version when they first launched almost a year ago. In fact, we're adding the volcano area and an entire new jungle biome, which is going to be my favorite new area. Yay! We will also roll out a completely remade combat system. We've seen this and been hearing about this for so long now. I don't know if they're adding this stuff before the actual launch of the game, or if they're keeping it back. That way you have something else to look forward to after the launch of the game, which I would be completely okay with, because that's something to keep me going longer with the game. All of this will be included and available to everyone who bought the game before launch and from launch onwards. And then they included the pictures again. It's gonna be awesome. Don't know if I've let you guys know that I'm gonna like that or not, but just saying, it's gonna be awesome. We look forward to revealing more details on all the new content and new gameplay mechanics in the months leading up to launch. Now here it is. This is where I hope that somebody from the Conan Exiles development team is watching my video and is going to have pity on me and give me a limited collector's edition of this game. Alright, everything you see in this picture is going to be with the limited collector's edition, and there's only so many of these. We're just going to start going right through this because there is a lot. We're thrilled to announce the Conan Exiles limited collector's edition. We have been dying to tell you about this one. This is the ultimate box of goodies for any fan of the Conan Exiles and the Barbarian himself, and it will be available at launch on May 8th next year. We're only producing a limited number of these, so we highly recommend pre-ordering if you want to secure one for yourself. I so badly want to secure one of these. I just can't force myself to buy a physical copy of something I've already got a digital copy of. I've never been able to. But here is everything that is added into this collector's edition. The figurine, which you see right here, 6-inch tall Conan the Barbarian polyresin figurine modeled after Conan from the Conan Exiles cinematic trailer. Custom comic book, full color print comic book created in collaboration with Dark Horse Comics. Comic book tells the story of Conan on one of his adventures in the exiled land. Soundtracks, 3 soundtracks featuring the music from Conan Exiles as well as the music from Age of Conan, Hyborian Adventures, and Age of Conan, Rise of Godslayer. Art book. Go behind the scenes and discover some of the incredible production artwork developers used to guide their vision from the game in this full color print art book. World map, which you also get when you get the physical copy of the game in the standard edition. It said there would be a full color print map also, so you get the map if you just even get a regular standard edition. Code to unlock 6 color digital comic books from Dark Horse featuring an entire A Witch Shall Be Born story arc. Digital RPG book. Code to unlock the 368 4-color digital rule book created by Modifius for their Conan pen and paper role-playing game. Everything you need to play. Ebook. Code to unlock Coming of Conan ebook collected in this 496 page ebook volume illustrated by Mark Schultz are Robert E. Howard's first 13 Conan stories. I must have this. Anybody who has been following this needs this. I just can't just have the game and not this. But remember, they are only producing a limited number of these, so if you want this, go ahead and start watching for those pre-orders in your area. Get it in. The journey is far from over. In fact, that we are getting closer to launch doesn't mean that we are done with the game. This is something that has been really plaguing the community lately also. Everybody feels like they are going to launch this on May 8th and that's it. There's not going to be anything else after the launch. They have said over and over they plan to continue supporting Conan Exiles even after launch. They haven't said like it'll be added as DLCs or anything like that, but they have said that they are going to try to get as much as possible in by May 8th, and then they'll see where they're at then. So everybody that's going on about the sorcery, the mounts, the purge, if it doesn't make it into the game before launch, it doesn't mean that it's not coming to the game. It just means it didn't make it in before launch. They wanted to make sure the game was playable and enjoyable rather than just throwing a bunch of content in there that broke the game, didn't work, or worked poorly together. Just have a little faith. It'll be alright. That is all I have for this video that has ran kind of long. I'm sorry, but it is my first video back, so I've got to get used to keeping these videos short again. I hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, don't forget to drop down there and just destroy that subscribe button. Turn notifications on so you know when I put these videos out. I will be putting a lot more videos out as we get closer to launch and even after launch. I plan to follow Conan for as long as I possibly can. As long as there's a desire from you guys from it, I'll follow it. And actually, I'll probably follow it if you guys don't desire it, because I really do enjoy the game. That is it. I will see you guys in the next video.